Good morning, Stampers. I'm sounding really nasally today. I tell you, it's got to be either the weather or just what's floating in the air that's causing me to have all this nasally stuff. So I have to tell you about how things went this morning. So I was sitting in the living room putting my mascara on because that's how I go about doing it. And I heard something out front, and I look out and the UPS truck is out there. And I know that my Stampin' Up! Pre-order for the new holiday catalog is being delivered today. So I was really excited. I'm going to bring this up on my iPad, so that's why I'm looking away. So I was really excited when I saw the truck out there because I thought, oh good, I'll do an unboxing this morning instead of what I had planned. So while he was out front, hey Rebecca, I got on and did a post to put on Facebook that I was going to do an unboxing, and I'm trying to get the comments to pull up on my iPad. I don't know what the heck. I always have such a hard time with that. There they go. And anyway, I had my post all typed out, and he was out there a really long time because you know how UPS drivers are. I mean, they pull up, they stop, they run your order up, and they're on their merry way. And the truck sat out there and sat out there and sat out there, and I thought, what's going on? I better not push send on this or post on this post I was doing. So then I stood up and I started watching him. He's in the back of his truck. He finally comes out to the front of his truck and he's standing there looking really puzzled, and I thought, oh no, please tell me you don't have my box. And he sat down, started his truck, and left. And I thought, you're kidding. No. Wait. Come back. And so I went out and looked in front of the door, looked in front of both of our doors to see if maybe he had walked up and set it down, and I just didn't see him. I mean, because I would have seen him if he would have come to our front door. I don't see him at the other door, but the window's open right there so I can hear him. No box, you guys. And I thought, you're kidding me. So I have no idea where my order is. That I'm pretty sure that's what he was out there and going to deliver. So I went on the tracking and it still said out for delivery. So fingers crossed. Hey Donna, fingers crossed. I hope I will get it by the end of the day like the tracking says. But if it would have been on his truck like I'm sure it was supposed to have been, I would have been able to show you the stuff now. But instead I'm going to show you this pretty card that I found on Pinterest. And I would give credit to the person that did it, but it sends you to Etsy, and I didn't take it that far. So whoever made it, if you see that I'm casing your card, please know that that's because I thought it was really pretty, and thank you. So anyway, I'm sorry for my snuffy nose, you guys. I just don't know what is up with that. I know I don't have a cold, so I have no idea. It's got to be something in the air. All right, I'll go ahead and get my phone mounted, and we'll get started with this. And whenever my order shows up today, I will probably do another video, an unboxing video, because I'm going to want to get all that stuff out and play with it or whatever, but I wanted to do an unboxing, so I'll do that video when it comes. All right, hang tight here. Whoa, Almost pulled my camera mount right over. Oh, my nose. Okay, you guys. There we go. This set is really pretty. It's retired. As you know, my Stamp Your Stash is a mix of current and retired product. So Floral Frames is a retired set, and I'm going to be using that and the dies that go with it. So those are the dies, and the die set is called Foliage Frame. Now, in the original card that the gal made, there was one more little border of dies, and those are from a current set that is stitched frames, or stitched framelets. I think they're called stitched frames, and that's in the current catalog. And it's a little border die that has little like cross stitches all down it, and I don't have that set, so I'm going to be improvising for that piece of the card. And I tried to kind of match the colors that she used. I don't know if I matched them exactly, but I think I did. So I'm using Flirty Flamingo. And I just got a standard size 8.5 by 5.5 piece of card that I'll score here at 4 1/4. So we'll make a 4 1/4 by 5.5 size card. The other thing was that Ken, he's got jury duty today, so he kind of takes the day mostly off on those days, and so he ran out to grab us some breakfast. I've still got my Starbucks here, and we live on the coast in a very touristy town, and he said the traffic was insane. And he didn't get back here with our stuff till 11:15. And I'm an extremely slow eater. So I was wolfing my little breakfast down and can't believe I actually got it eaten. Okay, so that piece actually is going to go inside the card. So that's going to be in there. And then for the outside, I have a layer of Pear Pizzazz, and then Whisper White, and then this is the mosaic paper pack that is current. That's what the back looks like. So I've cut a 1.5 inch strip of that, and I'm not sure if you can see the shininess there. This paper's embossed, and there's some really pretty papers in that set. So that's what we have there. And then I also brought out, this is the Magnolia Lane Ribbon Combo Pack. And it has this ribbon in it here, and then it has this. And I took the spool out. What did I do with it? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. So there's not much left on this, but so it's got this twine on there, and that's what I'm going to improvise and use rather than that cross-stitch border die that I don't have. How are you feeling, Donna? I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, if my order doesn't show up today and it got lost somehow from whatever truck they put it on, because I know it showed up in Portland. It was in Utah yesterday. It goes to Portland, Oregon, and then right down to us. Like at midnight, it was at our facility, I think, in Newport. So, if it got lost, somehow it got lost, I'm going to say here, because obviously that driver had it on his list to be delivered here. So I don't know. Okay. So now I have cut this layer here a little bit smaller, so it had, excuse me, has a wider border. So this layer's cut at 5 by 3 3/4, I think. Yeah, 3 3/4, and then my white layer is cut just a 1/8 of an inch smaller. So 4 7/8 by 3 and 1 2 3 4 5/8. And let's see, I am just going to, I'm trying to decide here on something. Okay, yeah, I remember now. I was trying to remember how the original card that I saw was. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. You know, the thing is I use a allergy nasal spray every night. Good, I'm glad you're feeling better, Donna. So you would think, one would think that I wouldn't have this nasally issue. Okay, so there is that. And then this is a fairly simple card, you guys. It's just kind of putting all the parts and pieces together. Actually, when I was searching out cards to do, I came across this super cute one called, well, the person that made it, demonstrator, she's in the UK somewhere. She called it a zigzag card. Now, it was super cute, and she said it was an A2 size card, but I followed her measurements exactly and tried to put the card together, and it did not work out at all. And I was really bummed about it because I thought it was very cute and I wanted to make it. I went on and researched it on YouTube to see if I could find someone in the States that, you know, had a video on there. And there's zigzag cards. There's a lot of what they were calling double zigzags, but that wasn't the card. And let me pull it out of my garbage, because that's where I ended up putting it because I was annoyed. So it's supposed to look like this, okay? And I know I don't have that piece cut quite right, but I thought, hey, it was the other side of this, or the little piece that I took off. And now this isn't the original one because I was trying to go back and make it right. I probably shouldn't have thrown this away. But anyway, her piece came out short, and even though I followed the measurement, because she said it was 11.5 by 4 1/4 or 5.5, and then score it, I scored it where she said to score it, and when you folded it back like this piece was about a 1/2 inch short in the back that way. And it's like, that doesn't work. And if you take 4 1/4 times 3, which is what you need to get this to turn out right, it comes out too long. And so I pieced, and you can see there where I glued and pieced. And so I thought, well, that's no big deal, because the point of this card is when you set it there for the recipient, you know, if they want to stand it up on their desk or whatever, you're not going to see this inside piece anyway. And then you put your patterned paper over this layer. Where I was having trouble was cutting this angle, because this, not ankle, angle. Oh, my nose, you guys. And I couldn't figure out because I'm not a mathematician. And if I would have had time to play with it longer, I could have figured it out. But to get the next layer of patterned paper on here with the right, where to measure up and cut across at the right angle and all that, I couldn't figure it out. And then I would have had to have done the same thing back here. And her piece actually didn't cut across there. It went across like down here somewhere in a rectangle or square. It wasn't sliced there. But I mean, that's cute, right? If you could get it to figure out. I mean, and then she used one of the new labels right here. And it just said friend or something on the front. And I thought it was just a super cute card. But now you could make this work if you had, well, no, you couldn't even make it work with 12-inch paper, because you need 4 1/4 width 3 times, right? So, yeah, even with 12-inch paper, you'd still have to piece it together. So her card had to have been smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I don't like to make them any smaller than that. But anyway, I was trying, you guys, and it just didn't work. I'll have to research that a little bit more on YouTube when I have time and see if I can find anything like it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna, when I get done here, Donna, I will check the tracking again. And, oh my gosh, I hate this, my nose. See what it says. And one time we had that happen with another order when I was selling clothes, and I was waiting for that order because I was going to be doing a show with the stuff that was in it, and I saw the UPS guy go up the street, and I knew my order was coming, and when he came back down, like they usually do to stop at our house, he just kept right on going. And so I looked at the tracking, and it said it had been delivered, and it had not been. So my husband jumped in the car and took off to go see what was going on and try to catch the driver. And the UPS office is actually very close to where we live. And he had delivered it in the neighborhood at a different house. And anyway, my husband followed him to that house where they delivered it to get the order back. So that was a little bit crazy. Okay, that's kind of cute. Now then, I can put this on the front. I'm taking my adhesive right over that twine to help hold it in place there. I got more Halloween than Christmas in this first holiday order because Halloween's first. And even though we don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters at our house, I still love to do Halloween stuff and send them, make cards for the grandkids and stuff. Most of our grandkids are getting older, but there's still there's a couple of littler ones still. Okay, there is the card base. Now then, get into the stamps here. And I know I need these little flower ones. And do I want to do hello? She said wishing you the best on hers. I guess I'll do that one. Wishing you the best. And I'm getting out the dies. I'll be using this one, this big frame one. And then I'll be using these two to cut out those little flowers. Those magnets. Okay. Now, I'm just putting this frame on here so I can kind of gauge where to stamp. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and ink that up with Memento Black. Oops, I didn't put my magnets in place. Hopefully I can do it a second time and it's not going to be shadowed. Let's see here. Oh, darn, it is. Okay, let me turn it around. My bad. Now, can I make that work? Yeah. Pretty. Okay, so I guess since I goobered up my paper here, I'll go ahead and run this through and cut it out. I'm thinking it was something like that. No momento, por favor. I love this die because it cuts and embosses. Can you see that? Okay. And then I just need my little flowers. And I still have room on here, I think, to get them stamped. Let me move my parts and pieces out of the way so I don't ruin anything here. Now these ones I'm going to stamp with Versamark and heat emboss with gold. I'm not sure if that's what she did on the original card, but it kind of looked like it to me. And whether she did or not, I thought it would be really pretty to do it like that. I should have used my anti-static pad there, but I didn't. So let me just brush away the excess here. So much easier when you do things the right way in the beginning, then you don't have to go back and do stuff like this. But oh well. Okay, there we go. I love embossing with gold. It's always so pretty. Okay. Oh, I put the dies away and I haven't used them yet. Let's see, I need to heat emboss this first. So sorry about the noise. Looks good. Okay, I'll run those real fast. Wow, I see where so many kids are starting back to school. Like kids in Arizona are already back to school. They must get out earlier than our kids do here, because our kids here don't get out till about midway through. I'm going to have a little sip of my drink. Midway. Hi, Karen. They don't get out till midway through June. So I'm guessing the kids that have started back to school already must get out in May. Okay, I'm going to color with Flirty Flamingo, and what you have to be really careful of, and it's going to be kind of hard, we'll see if it works. I'm going to do this just really lightly because alcohol markers tend to melt heat embossing. So you just have to be a little bit careful. And probably the best thing to do would have been for me to stamp this like in a really light color first. Color the flowers. I learned this a long time ago when you've got a good stamp positioner, and they actually made a different kind of a stamp positioner back in the day, years and years ago, that method was worked perfect for. But you stamp in a light color, color your image, and then go back over it when you've got it all colored with your embossing ink, and then emboss it. Stamp right over it again with like your Versamark, and then do your heat embossing after you've colored it. And that's the best way to do it, actually, because then you're not trying to color around the raised image, and you can do blending a whole lot better and such. So I should have done that, but I wasn't thinking. Okay, now let's see if I can get a little color on here. And maybe our blends aren't, I don't know why they would be any different than any of the other alcohol markers, but I know in the past I tried to color something that I had heat embossed, and it definitely did melt the embossing. It didn't work well at all. But this is working okay so far. I love this, these Flirty Flamingo colors. I just think they're so pretty. I just kind of wanted to blend that out just a little bit, but I'm trying not to get too carried away with it because of the embossing. And I see I went out of the lines a little bit. Oh well. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this back in and Pear Pizzazz. And I've got a piece of sponge here, and I'm going to attempt to just do the leaves here. Maybe a finger dauber would have been a better choice. Probably what I could do is cut a circle the same size to use as a mask. But I think that's going to be okay, just like that. Thanks, Rebecca. I just thought it was a super pretty card, and that's why I decided to go with it. There we go. Now where's my flowers? Here they are. Here they are. Let me get some dimensionals here. So if you when I do the stamp your stash things and use retired things, if it's not something you have in your stash and you really love it and want it, always check on eBay or just do a search by the name of the set on the internet, and if it's around anywhere you should be able to find it that way. And again, this one is called Floral Frames, and the dies are called Foliage Frame. And if you can't find it that way, then, you know, give me a holler and I can try to find them like on our demonstrator things. All right, now There we go. Oh, don't you think that's a pretty card, you guys? I'm not going to put this piece down yet because I kind of just like to leave it loose in there and then stamp it when I get ready to put whatever greeting on it. But yeah, even though I didn't have that one border piece that she used, I kind of like it with the twine and the bow. I think it kind of looks cute. Isn't that pretty? I think it is anyway, and this is just gorgeous, and yeah. So Flirty Flamingo and Pear Pizzazz were the colors I used, and then this is that Mosaic Moods paper, and the twine is from the Magnolia Lane. That one's current, so this paper's current, the cardstock's current. The only thing that wasn't current was the stamps and dies. So pretty. Okay, you guys, so if my order comes, I will do an unboxing video. It's supposed to be here, so set your little alarms or reminders if you have it set for my videos so that it goes off and you'll get the notification if you're wanting to watch my unboxing. Can't wait. I think it's going to be fun. Okay, thanks for joining me, you guys, and I'll do the unboxing later, hopefully, and then I'll be back on Friday for Friday Fun Day. Hope you're having a great week. See you soon. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.